Hello everyone, welcome to a new Zcapers video. It's Fennec here, and today I bring you a money-making tip, which is farming herbs. Now, this method is a complementary method. It doesn't matter what you currently do to get money, if it is killing monsters or collecting resources. This is complementary. You just need 5 minutes of free time every 1 hour and a half, and you can get a decent amount of profit without too much effort. So let's get started with it. Okay. This guide can be divided in two parts. The first part being the preparation, which means what items you need, what quests you need to complete, recommendations on which seeds I usually do and which of the seeds are the most profitable ones. And the second part being how to do the runs efficiently, how to teleport, where to teleport, and what your inventory should look like. So let's get started with the preparation. To tell you the truth, farming is easy. I mean, you just have to, buy seeds, plant them in a patch, and wait for them to grow. So why am I making a preparation guide if you just need to plant your seeds? Well, the thing is that there are certain ways in order to maximize your profit. There are certain items and quests that can aid you in farming. For example, they can make you harvest more crops, more herbs, and they can make you, teleport faster and, well, help you in general. So first, let's start with what items you need to have. The first and most important item you should get is a Juju Farming Potion. This is a potion that can be done by playing the Herb Habitat activity, and what it does is that it gives you a 1 in 3 chance of picking twice the amount of herbs for 5 minutes. So what this means is that there's a very, very likely chance that when you're picking herbs, each time you pick a herb, you get 2 herbs instead of 1. So it is quite significant. It increases your profits a lot. If you already know how to play the Herb Habitat activity, I would just tell you that you require a Juju vial of water, a clean ugune herb, and a marble vine in order to make this potion. If you don't know how to play the Herb Habitat activity, I will leave you here a link where you can go and check a step-by-step guide on how to make this potion without needing to understand the whole complexity of the minigame. Another item you should get are the magic secateurs. This is a weapon that can be wielded, and what it does is increases your yield by 10%. This item is a reward from the Fairy Tales Part 1 quest, and I recommend that you use it every time that you farm herbs. You should also be getting a Green Fingers aura. This aura can be bought from the loyalty shop, and what it does is that it prevents your crops from being diseased during the time that it's activated, and it also has a very small chance of, like the Juju Farming Potion, increasing your crop yield. The chance depends on the tier of aura that you buy. The highest tier, of course, is the highest chance of getting more herbs. Another recommendation is the Scroll of Life. This is a reward that can be bought from the Demonheim reward shop, and what it does is that when activated it disappears, and from now onwards there's a 10% chance that every time you finish harvesting a herb you get your seed back, which is very cool because you actually get herbs for free. And also, if your herb dies, there's a chance to get a random seed, so you can get from a worm seed to a Torstol seed, which is also nice. This scroll requires level 25 in farming and engineering, and it costs 10,000 tangerine tokens, which is not expensive at all. There are other items which actually don't increase your profit, but they are helpful for teleportation, which are the Xtophiel, which is a reward from the Ghost Ahoy quest, the Runescape 3 and 4, which are rewards from the Dunge task set, the Explorer's Ring 3 or 4, which are rewards from the Lumridge task set, and also, on the other hand, is the Falador Shield, which is not a way of teleporting, but it increases the experience you get from the patch in Falador. So if you are actually looking for experience, you should get this item. The quests that you need to do in order to do farming runs are not much. The main one is My Arms Big Adventure. This is a quest that offers you the possibility of accessing a new herb patch. So we actually have 5 herb patches in game, and this is a very special patch because it never dies. It's immune to disease, so you should definitely be getting that. The other quests are Fairy Tales Part 1. As I said before, Fairy Tales Part 1 is required for having the magic secateurs. Ghost Ahoy quest, which is required for having the Ectophia to teleport to Ganifis. And if you choose to do the Lunar spellbook method of harvesting herbs, that I will be explaining later, You need to have completed, of course, Lunar Diplomacy and Dream Mentor in order to have all the spells, and you either need to have completed Love Story in order to get Trollheim teleport tabs, or have completed the Livid Farm activity in order to get the Trollheim teleport spell. That teleports you directly to the farming patch. So now you might be asking yourself, what is the type of seed that I should use, in order to gain the most profit? Well, seed and herb prices vary a lot, and it depends on the time that you want to farm. Sometimes some herbs are more in demand than others, so I recommend that you first of all check the Grand Exchange for prices. If you see that a herb is not making you enough profit, you should change. You should not be afraid of changing herbs. But generally the most profitable ones are Torstol, Snapdragon, Dwarf Weed, Lantadyme. Those four are, what generally offer the most profit. You will always get profit from them because they are very useful for many potions. Now, right on screen you can see a link to a calculator on the Runescape Wiki, which uses the current prices of the Grand Exchange and calculate what would the estimated profit be. So first of all, before buying your seeds, check that out. It's very important, so you will be able to select the best type of seed. Okay, that was all that you need to do in order to be prepared to farm your herbs and get a lot of profit. Now let's move on to the actual herb brands. So now that you have decided that you want to farm herbs for profit, you should then decide which method you would use. There are two main methods. The first one being planting with the normal spellbook, and the second one is planting with the lunar spellbook. The difference is that with the lunar spellbook you have spells that aid you in farming. For example, fertile soil, which acts like Supercompost, and well, there are other different spells that can aid you. But if you don't want to complicate yourself and you just have spare Supercompost in your bag, you should definitely be using the normal spellbook. There is not much difference. You can still do everything in 5 minutes, and that's what we are looking for. Before we start with the setup, I want to clarify that I will show my method of teleporting around and getting to all the patches. I mean, RuneScape is a very big game. You might have your methods and maybe they are also effective, so please be free to change whatever you want. So now, if you choose to use the normal spellbook, this is what your inventory should look like. You should have your seeds, your Juju Farming Potion, your Ectopia, your Supercompost, and the teleport runes. I usually just take the Trollheim teleport runes. So first of all, you want to teleport to Trollheim and go to the Trollheim patch, which is located on the top floor of the Troll Stronghold. Now that you're there, you should drink your Juju Farming Potion, activate your green finger aura and start harvesting. Once you are done, you might want to clean your herbs or leave them lagged, it doesn't matter. You use your herbs on the nearest to leprechaun and he will note all the herbs for you, so you don't have to be banking every time that you harvest a full inventory of herbs. Then you want to move to the other patches. The order in which you do the patches doesn't matter a lot, but what I recommend you do is always start with Trollheim, because it's the one that is the farthest away from the teleport, and if you do that while on the effects of the Juju potion, then it will be kind of a waste. So always start with the Trollheim patch and then move on to the rest. In this case I am using the Ardoin cloak in order to teleport to the Ardoin patch. I'm using the Catherby Lowstone in order to teleport to the Catherby patch. I'm using the Explorer's Ring, the Cabbage teleport of the Explorer's Ring, to go to the Falador patch, and I'm using the Ectopia to go to the Canifis patch. On the other hand, if you choose to use the lunar method, this is what your inventory should look like. You should have, of course, your herbs, your Juju Farming Potion, your Ectopia, and you should also have your runes for doing the different spells. The main runes are the Astral runes, Nature runes, and Lore runes, and also Earth and Water runes, which can be replaced by a Mouth Battle Staff. With these runes you can cast Fertile Soil and you can cast the different teleports. The actual run is very similar, the only difference is that instead of using Supercompost, you use the Fertile Soil spell, and that you use a Trollheim tablet instead of Teleport to Trollheim, and that you can use teleport to Catherby if you don't want to use the Lowstone, which is a little bit slower. So now, in order to know how much profit you can expect from this, let's hear what I recorded right after finishing my herb run. Okay guys, I just came back from my trip from Herbrands. This was a trip that I recorded and will be uploaded in the guide. It was a lucky trip. I saved on 1 seed, no herb died, I got 63 herbs, which is quite a lot. I'm currently doing Dwarf Weeds, which are not the most profitable at the moment, but I'm still doing that. And let's see how much profit I made. Okay, so I spent 4 seeds, which are 164k, and I got back almost 600k. So this is a profit of more than 400k, which is quite a lot for just something I did in 5 minutes. You can see how much profit you can make. The average is around 200k, between 200k and 300k. This was a lucky one. You might get many lucky ones, you might get unlucky ones, but still you will make a lot of profit in a small amount of time. So in conclusion, I would like to say that you should complement this in your RuneScape experience. Get used to do herb runs. I gained level 99 farming like 3 years ago, and until this day I've been always planting herbs, and now I have over 20 million farming experience just from doing herbs. It is really easy, and if you do it every day you will get used to it, and it will be just, you know, a normal RuneScape thing that you will do, and it will give you a nice little profit. So I hope this was useful. Please, if you have any question that was not answered on this video, post it on the comments. If you have a suggestion or an idea for a money making guide that you want us to do, please also leave it in the comment section, and subscribe to us to see more epic RuneScape content, commentaries, guides, and etc. So thanks for watching and good luck with your farming.